We are spending the next week living with a Cadillac CT4-V Blackwing, the true successor to the ATS-V. The V kind of became the mid-tier V Sport model, and Blackwing is no longer the engine. Blackwing is the top-tier trim, the full-out performance version of the CT4. And this one has a manual transmission. It's pretty dirty as it was driven all the way from Michigan out here this morning, but it looks awesome. Look at those front canards, the carbon fiber die planes up front. This color is pretty awesome too. And then around back, got a big carbon fiber rear lip here. Actually, that's impressive. I am very excited for a week with this car. Whoa, look at that interior. The contrast, the stitching, and look. That's a manual transmission. Clutch in. I think we may have wireless CarPlay, so let's go ahead and connect the phone. My Cadillac. Pair. And there we go. Wireless CarPlay is set up and ready to go. Just got home from work. It's almost 9 p.m. and I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I am starving. Gotta go inside and eat. So far, the Blackwing has left a very good initial impression. I'm a pretty big fan. The manual is nice, the powertrain's good. I like the way it looks a lot with the carbon fiber canards and this light electric blue paint. It's raining tonight. It's supposed to turn to possible ice and supposedly a snowstorm. Even though this is rear-wheel drive, we have winter tires, so we will be fine. Interior lights just timed out. So with that, we're gonna hop inside and we'll pick this video back up tomorrow. Cadillac calls this electric blue, but I swear it looks like exactly the same as rapid blue on a C8. It's that same hue of light blue, which I like a lot. It looks really good on the CT4-V Blackwing. So the good news is it didn't snow, but the bad news is it's really cold, and now this is all like little pieces of ice. It like froze. But the blue is a little bit cleaner. God, this really just looks like rapid blue. Even everything's all frozen. This will be a cold start of the CT4-V Blackwing. Got ourselves a bit of a snowstorm. The CT4-V Blackwing is fully rear-wheel drive, but we do have winter tires on it, so we should be fine. The roads are apparently a bit of a mess. Gotta clean the car off. So we do have a snow and ice mode, but I think I'm gonna try out sport mode for a little bit, see what that's like. If it's a little gnarly out, I will swap it back into snow and ice mode. Heads up display there. There's a good amount of snow out there. Let's go. I can't really film and drive manual at the same time though, so that is a challenge here. We're in snow and ice mode, but I just threw PTM into... That's race 1. Oh man, I'm gonna get myself into trouble. We're back home now, and this handled the snow without a problem, and I had quite a bit of fun, actually. I am just liking this Blackwing more and more. All the assistance systems in terms of your different drive modes, the traction management is really well set up, and this thing is like the perfect size, too. It's got a good amount of power. It's not too big. This manual transmission setup I like a lot, too. I was able to have a lot of fun, and then, yeah, to handle the snow without a problem. Like, I got home and may or may not have done some little drifty quarters in my neighborhood. It was fun. With that, we're gonna go inside, eat some dinner, and we'll end this for today. We'll pick it back up tomorrow, but it was great to get the Blackwing in some actual snow on the roads and just kind of see how it would handle it, because again, it's not all-wheel drive. It is a rear-wheel drive, 472 horsepower, twin-turbo V6 Blackwing. It's not quattro like I'm used to with the Audis, although my R8's also not quattro, which is also on winter tires. Maybe I should take that out tonight. Covered in ice and snow and salt, but still, this blue paint looks so good. Spending a week with a Blackwing in this color, I am certainly going to want to do rapid blue on a C8 Z06. Man, that looks good. This is a really good looking sedan. I'm a fan. Now that the car is clean, let's do a nice walk around of the exterior and interior. One of my favorite touches is the external carbon pack that brings these front dive planes. This thing has carbon fiber front canards on a 4-door sedan. That, I think it looks awesome. Especially all the carbon fiber against this electric blue paint. Yeah, this thing looks so much better than the ATS in every single way, in my opinion. We've got 18-inch wheels, which actually compared to some other cars these days are kind of small. I mean, they fit well on the car overall, but like an RS7 could come on 21 and 22-inch wheels. But these 18-inch wheels are finished in this satin black kind of graphite finish with the gold calipers with the V logo poking out. There's no Blackwing specific badge on this Blackwing. It has the regular V badge right there, and then on the brake calipers and around back. But unless you know what you're looking at with the bigger rear wing and such, you can't tell that it's a Blackwing. CT4. So CT4 replaces the ATS platform effectively, and then CT5 replaces the CTS. So that's why the CT5-V Blackwing is the true CTS-V replacement. This just looks really good, I think. It's got the good proportions, the good size. That big carbon fiber rear wing is pretty cool too. Down here we have quad exhaust tips with a carbon fiber diffuser. Plenty of carbon fiber on this thing. Let's check out the second row. The seats have that same stitching pattern, the white and black contrast with the red seat belts, a V logo embossed there. Got a decent amount of legroom. This is suede. The entire back of these seats are suede with the V logo embossed there too. We have a good amount of carbon fiber on the inside too. That 6-speed manual shifter, which I believe this little decorational plate here is supposed to be 3D printed metal. That's really cool. Wireless charging pad, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, the controls right there, the V mode button, and then the PTM little switch. Carbon fiber plate here, the V logo again. Glittery plastic. This is all better than Q, which was the previous generation Cadillac system where you had to like touch sensitive swipe for volume or anything, and like you'd swipe and nothing would happen, and you'd swipe once more and volume would just go to max and you'd lose all your hearing. This is so much better. Actual buttons. This screen people were saying is a little small. I agree. In a lot of these newer cars, they've got gigantic screens, and like look at the Escalade, the huge curved OLED screens. Different price point, different segment vehicle. I don't mind it because it has wireless CarPlay, and my entire time driving it, I've just been using CarPlay on a center screen, and it fits. It shows CarPlay fine. Does it look kind of small by today's standard? Yes. Do I complain about it? No, because this center digital cluster is nice. This makes up for it. So we go through the different drive modes. You can see in track, it completely changes up the tachometer, the whole display. It looks really cool. Whee! Yeah, that's sweet. Got some pops and burbles in that exhaust from the factory. And I already mentioned, but I don't like the parking brake being here as a button. I'm not a fan of that. It will auto release if you start driving away with the parking brake so on, so that's nice. What's this? Oh, it's an SD card. Oh, it's probably for the data recorder. Haha, cool. Heads up display controls. We do have a heads up display. And then AKG sound system. White leather with red stitching on the door. And a red center 12 o'clock stripe there. Let us take a look at the window sticker. So it's a 2022 CT4-V Blackwing. 15 city, 23 highway, 18 combined. I'm averaging a solid 15. This is a pretty well optioned one. $77,000 MSRP. It starts at just under $60,000. So the interior leather is $4,900. The two carbon packs, carbon fiber 1, carbon fiber 2, $4,350 and $2,650. So this thing has a lot of carbon all over it. The performance data and video recorder. That was that SD card I just found in the corner. The tech package. We've got the wheels, electric blue. The climate package to bring power lumbar massage and heated and ventilated front seats, the bronze calipers, torch red seat belts for an as option price of $77,000. This has literally been 5 minutes of him trying to move a cinder block, him being rude to these dead plants.
Work smarter, not harder. I decided to not use my hands.
Okay.
To move the block.
All right.
It was harder than it.
Okay. Justification accepted. Ooh, that looks pretty nice actually. Tim Bro in his natural habitat, taking a picture of a cinder block.
I have arthritis.
You're not old enough to have arthritis.
I'm struggling with this angle.
I was gonna say, I'm struggling. That should be your life motto.
Get good, bro. That is gonna leave a mark.
I love you, Tim.
Oh, you're recording that.
I love this color so much. And as the sun is setting, it looks just as fantastic. What are you doing, Tim?
It's in the way of the shot.
Yeah, why don't you just throw it on the cart?
Oh, man. It's got no lift shifts, too.
Wow, dude. That's just
It's quick. Like, it's
so linear.
Plenty quick.
There's just like no like shove of boost. It's just immediate, and it's like a very linear feeling too.
So you like it?
I like it a lot.
I do too. I kind of wish I could own one, but it doesn't make any sense for me.
Yeah, dude, this thing's rad. If I had the means to acquire a V, I probably would.
And it's the last internal combustion V, last generation.
And it'll probably be, and I think it's the last stick too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
Absolutely. It's a good send-off. It's a good send-off.
definitely.
We made the drive up to Wisconsin to visit Kearns. It's a crazy dealership here, to me, in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. So we drove the Cadillac. It was about an hour-and-a-half drive, just literally in the middle of nowhere, Illinois and Wisconsin. But then you arrive here at Johnson Creek in Wisconsin at Kearns, and they have two McLaren Elvas, a Senna, SVJ, a bunch of cool cars. The Cadillac handled the drive fine. You put it into tour mode and the magnetic ride dampers become so much more comfortable. In sport, they do firm up, so in tour mode, it handles it absolutely fine. The CT4 has a decent sized trunk too, so have some camera gear in there. I'll put my Pelican case too, so practical for sure. The key to the Blackwing is pretty cool too. Got this bronze finish that matches the brake calipers and the V logo, but again, no Blackwing logo on this. The finish is pretty nice though. So we get the V logo and it fades into the Blackwing logo. I got it! Literally the last night. So I guess the key to showing that screen is to close the door without starting the car. I get to spend time in a lot of really nice vehicles. It's one of the coolest parts of this whole YouTube thing. But like, obviously, I like an Escalade. It's a very, very nice SUV. But that's not something I realistically am looking to own. But a car like this CT4-V Blackwing is something that I legitimately could see myself buying. I've owned cars that are similar to it. It fits my lifestyle, my demographic, the way I use cars and so forth. Is it the fastest in the segment? No, it doesn't have the most horsepower in the segment. It doesn't have the nicest interior in the segment. But what it does have is a manual transmission. It drives so nice. That's everything from the steering to the handling to the suspension. Mag ride is fantastic. I can't emphasize enough. The manual transmission is awesome, and I think this thing looks so good, especially in this blue. Spending a week with it in the middle of winter on winter tires with rear-wheel drive has fully shown that this thing can handle whatever weather you want to throw at it, as long as you have the right tires. Had a ton of fun. It took care of all of it. It has the luxury and tech features you'd want. Wireless Apple CarPlay is definitely nice. That's all I ever used on the infotainment screen. I went to the performance page thing with the, it shows the data recorder and some of that. Otherwise, I had Apple CarPlay running the entire time. Wireless CarPlay is convenient, but it did have some hiccups where, like, I don't know if the connection was messed up, but there's interference. It would, like, the music got all choppy and, like, kind of reset itself a couple times. So wireless CarPlay is not perfect, but it is absolutely convenient. But after a week living with the CT4-V Blackwing, I can say with full confidence, I would love to own one of these. This is the last generation of internal combustion only Cadillac V-Series performance cars. And the fact that you can still get it with a manual, rear-wheel drive, it's great to drive. I give this 2 thumbs up, and I would pick this in a segment. If I were to purchase a compact, are these even still compact? They're getting big, but let's call it this sized luxury performance sports sedan, I would recommend the Blackwing without a doubt. I now need to go find a way to spend some time in a CT5-V Blackwing, because that thing makes like almost 200 more horsepower than the supercharged V8, but I don't know how well that would do in the snow, because that's a lot of horsepower and torque. We'll definitely try to get some time with the big brother Blackwing, but there it is. A week living with the CT4-V Blackwing. Make sure you also check out the review video where we get more in depth with some of the technical details and so forth. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what it was like to live with this car. I certainly enjoyed it. I will be sad to see it go, but I am looking right across the aisle to the next vehicle that I'm spending another week with, so that video will be posted after this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching.